Hi everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Before we start, how are you doing today? My name is السقاف. I'm a 25 years old peace builder. I was born and I grew up in difficult circumstances in my country, Yemen. I'm here today as a representative of the United Network of Young Peace Builders, a global network working to end violence of youth, exclusion, transforming power structures to enable meaningful youth participation, and offering a platform for youth to act together in decisions that affect them. The world is scared because of the outbreak of the coronavirus. All day, you're following the news about the increasing number of victims. You're afraid of losing people you love, or even losing your own lives. Your children cannot go to school. You do not trust the health systems in your countries anymore. In my country, Yemen, there are few recorded cases of the coronavirus. However, my fellow citizen and I understand what the world is going through. We feel you and we pray for you. What you are expressing has been our reality since the beginning of the war in Yemen in 2015. People are asked to stay at home, but have you thought about millions of people who do not have houses to take shelter in? I live in Taiz, a city in Yemen, which is a city under the siege since 2016. People here are forced to travel for 5 to 6 hours to reach the other part of the city when it used to take us 10 minutes only. I have attended the funerals of my friends more than attending their weddings. I wake up every morning here, staring at the sun, not knowing if I'm going to see it again or if this is going to be my last day. When I meet my friends, I cannot enjoy my time with them because I'm afraid it will be the last time I will see them. I walk in the streets feeling scared to be killed by a landmine, airstrike, or stray bullets. Here in Taiz, we face death everywhere and at every moment. The situation in Yemen is at its worst. 5 years of ongoing armed conflict has exhausted not only the infrastructure and system of health, education, or economy, but also the people. For the second time, Yemen is the home of the worst humanitarian crisis around the world, with 3.65 million IDPs, a massive cholera outbreak, recent flooding, and widespread hunger. But in all this darkness, there is a glimmer of hope. Although we lack support, opportunities, and recognition, as young people in Yemen, we are doing our best to survive and build a better future for our children. Across Yemen, we are cleaning public places, informing people how they can protect themselves against COVID-19, and risking our lives to save victims from the floods in Aden and Sana'a. Youth organizations are working with their communities and authorities to enhance the capacities of the healthcare system by restoring health facilities, provide them with sanitizers, and train medical staff. However, our efforts are not only in response to the coronavirus, but also to build peace and re-normalize the public life. Youth-led organizations are playing an important role in bridging humanitarian work and the peace-building process, as reported by the Independent Progress Study on Youth, Peace and Security. Youth Without Borders Organization for Development is an example of such a youth organization, which I am a part of. It believes in the energy and power of young men and women to build and sustain peace. Youth Without Borders is working to rebuild the social fabric, peaceful coexistence, and security in our communities through capacity building, awareness raising, advocacy, and research. We do not only target young men and women, but also other community members, state institutions, local authorities, community initiatives, and private sectors. We, young people, can't bring peace and prosperity to Yemen alone. We need the international community to support, invest in, and strengthen our work. We need them to promote and enable youth participation and inclusion in all phases and tracks of the peace talks in Yemen and all other UN-supported peace processes. Youth involvement in the national dialogue in Yemen was an example of true democracy which should be adopted in all the coming peace talks as youth are the majority of the population here in Yemen. Believe in young people. We need you to trust us. Invest in our peace-building work through increased resources for the implementation of youth peace and security agenda, including accessible funding of youth organizations. We also need to ensure that youth, peace and security remains in the agenda of the UN Security Council beyond today's debate through regular reporting and inviting youth briefers to country-specific and thematic discussions. UN Special Envoy to Yemen, Martin Griffiths, referred in the UN Council on 16 April and concluded that Yemen cannot face two fronts at the same time, a war and a pandemic. So we call upon the UN Security Council to support the call for a truly upheld ceasefire in Yemen and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, as young people in Yemen and all over the world, we stand ready to support all actors in pursuing and upholding the Security Council's call for a global ceasefire in order to focus on the response to the current pandemic. When under a global threat, the time to act in peace is now.